Hi folks, it's Dave. I just wanted to share with you some ideas about some upcoming projects, go over the rubric for the content paper, which is right here. Talk to you a little bit about some of the new resources that are in the Google Drive folder, as well as some information spreadsheets that I'm going to need you to put some updates in over the next couple weeks. Your content paper is kind of the first big project that's on the horizon. It is due on the 10th of October, and just to give you a chance to get a jump on it, I wanted to go over the syllabus in case people weren't clear on it. So it's about a 4 to 5 page paper with references. It covers 6 items in your criteria. The first item is a mission statement, which is basically a summary of the mission and potentially the vision of the governing organization of your discipline. So, for example, I was a social studies major. My area would be the National Council of Social Studies. So, what is their mission statement? What are they trying to do? Your second area is your standards section, which outlines some of the standards that are going to impact the way in which you teach. I would strongly suggest, with the exception of maybe foreign language, but even still, that you mention, regardless of how you feel about them, the Common Core state standards should be somewhere in this section in addition to any content standards that you may have. So that's what I'll be looking for there. Section 3, 2 examples of innovative programs in your field. So what are some new methods that people are trying, or maybe some new organizations that are coming together to advance and make the field more engaging, help students learn different content in your area of concentration? What are teachers doing new that maybe they weren't doing 5 or 10 years ago? Technology might be a cool place to check out. But again, 2 examples, and please cite your sources for this section, but also all of them as well. Section 4 asks you to talk about future directions of that professional organization or members of your field are going. So building off of the innovative programs, what do people hope to do in the future in your discipline? 5 is an example of a best practice. So what is a teaching method that you will be using in your classrooms that you think provides interesting, engaging, memorable learning experiences for your students? What I would want to make sure that you do is that make it so that I can envision what's going on in the classroom by describing what the teachers are doing, what the students are doing, and what a outcome or artifact might look like while utilizing this best practice. You don't need to give me a lesson plan. It's more of a descriptive narrative. And then number 6, in-text citations and reference lists using the APA format. So if you get some information that you include in your paper, please make sure that you are citing it as often as possible. The total assignment is worth 20 points. In the EDC 574 resources, I put a sample paper overview of this is a math paper by a former student. Feel free to check that out and use it as you see fit. The other thing to keep in mind too is that there have been several other documents that have been added to this file, including some tips for common problems that have popped up in class, which I will share with you next week. And then literature reviews. This is a resource from the Writing Center at the University of North Carolina, which talks about the literature review paper that you're going to be writing later in the semester. But what I wanted to share with you now is this roster with topics file, which I'd like for you to update as soon as possible. In it, it's got your name, it's got your plan or your program. And speaking of this, I've got some news to update you on. All students who are in the MATCP will not have to complete a data analysis since you will be doing it as part of your student teaching. If you're just working on the MA program, regardless of whether you've done student teaching in the past, unfortunately you will have to do some analysis of student data, and this will be included in your literature review. I'm just giving you a heads up now, not something you have to worry about right away, but again, the MATCP students do not have to do the analysis of student data. It's only the MA students because you're not doing student teaching. Also along those lines, we also checked about the for the lesson plan assignment, you will be doing a self-assessment instead of a peer review because it might be challenging to get you the videos of another student. So those are just kind of two asides that popped into my head as I'm looking at the program and plan. So in this sheet, this provides me with your URI email you want to use. Please provide me with your content area so that way I can break you up into discussion groups, because if we go back to the syllabus, you're going to be using the mission statements and standards from your discipline, and what my plan is to use the discussion forum to give students who are in science ed a space to share resources that they could use in this paper and then their future papers as well. So please, if I don't have this information for you, please fill us in. Also, what I'd like you to do is if you can place an initial topic that you'd like to explore for your scholarly paper in this box by September 18th. Really appreciate it. The reason being is that you are going to be meeting with Mona, the librarian at the Curriculum Materials Library, on Wednesday the 24th at 4 p.m. If she has your approved topic, she can put together a LibGuide that will get you started in terms of your research for your scholarly paper. So please put that in your in this spreadsheet as soon as possible so I can highlight it green. So I'm going to fill it green if it's okay. If it's red, it means that we need to talk, and I'll email you directly. There is advice on how to pick a topic in the syllabus. If you go back to the scholarly review of research literature, again, no data analysis for your MATCPs, but these are all potential options. There are also options in the tips section for completing tasks at EDC 574. Flip through that if you get a chance over the weekend. If not, I'll be making a video about it starting next week. But again, please make sure you put in your content area your scholarly paper topic, videotaped lesson date. I need you to set those up as soon as possible, so that way I need to know who may need additional support in terms of getting a placement. I know some of you are not teaching currently, so I just want to make sure that you're supported in that regard. And then just please let me know where it's going to be, just so I have that for my references as well. That's all for me for right now. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out via email. Your response posts, actually your initial posts are due today by 8 p.m. And your responses to your peers are due by Saturday. So far, everything's looking great. Just keep up the good work. If you're having any issues, feel free to reach out. And as always, your suggestions and recommendations are appreciated. So once again, the next face-to-face meeting for us will be on the 24th in the Curriculum Materials Library, where we met on Saturday. But we will have class through the discussion forums until then. So hope you're having a great week, and I will catch you later. Thanks.